Hello, my YouTube family. I know. Y'all don't need to tell me. I know. I already know. But I have a good excuse. Now, you know, if I'm going to be out on a day that I don't tell you that I'm going to be out, there's got to be a reason. Yes, there was a reason. I did not make a video yesterday, people, because I got out of work at 5:30. So what, Nancy? You got to work out the regular time. Yeah, Nancy needed to go do some food shopping. Why is everybody in slow-mo at the wall bounce? Why aren't you picking up your ass and moving up and down the aisles as fast as I want you to? Why is that? Why are these people on the verge of making me shove their asses out of the way with my carriage? Why was that? Why are there that many people in the wall bounce at 5:30 in the first place? My wall bounce, get the hell out. And then, after I picked up what I needed to pick up, why are the lines so damn long? Why is the cashier not doing the job as quickly as I know she can do? So yeah, that's why I got home at 10 after 7. Sweaty, hot, irritated. There was no nice Nancy that was about to do a video the way I was feeling. So that is why you did not see me yesterday. Okay, I'm just saying. And I did wear a different lip because I had a different color yesterday. I put it back and you will see it some other time. So here is me today in my all mint green self. You've seen this before. And you've seen what I'm wearing before because I just decided to do nude. As you can tell, people, my eyes are so damn sleepy. I have been falling asleep, or almost falling asleep at my desk all damn day. Tired when I wake up, tired when I go to sleep. So here we go. This is kind of like, well, this is a nude, obviously. It's a nude. But it is a nude that you have to constantly reapply, which is the downside of it. I love this shade. It's got a nice shine to it, but the shine just doesn't stay. It's almost as soon as I put it on, it fades away. And I lined my lip with my stub, my pink brown. It is a stub, people. Club Monaco, don't bother looking for it. No longer exists. But I always forget. I don't know if it's Bobbi Brown. I think it's Bobbi Brown. Rose Brown is a dupe for this. So I lined and I filled my lip with my Yes to Carrots See Me Shine lip gloss in Playful Nude. Love it. Love my nude. Haven't done a nude lip in a while. So I figured, you know, since I'm as bright can be, I am going to just tone down the lips just a little bit. And it's one of these beautiful, nice, creamy nudes. You would think it would stay on this thick. Not really. I didn't apply it straight out of the tube. I used my lip brush, but I just wanted to show you that, you know, you can apply it like this because it's one of these, you know, slanted tip glasses. So this is it. And it is a beautiful nude. I love this nude. But you see how thick I put it on. It goes on a little sheerer when you know, spread it out. It goes on a lot sheerer. And it just doesn't stay. So I've been applying this all day. Plus it's got that minty, plumpy feel. But it's not hoo-fa. It's just a minty kind of feel. And that's basically it. I love it. I absolutely adore it. Great nude shade. It's almost like a milky nude. A pinky nude, I should say. Almost like a pinky nude. Love it, but the lasting power sucks. Just sucks. So that is that. Major Tomcat news. Last night was a breakthrough. Well, yesterday when I came home, after I was all upset and all hot and just didn't want to deal with anything, all I had to do was just look at Tom's face underneath the bed, which is where he is right now. We're making progress, people. We are making serious progress with Tom. He still stays under there all damn day. He knows where his food is at. He knows where the water is at. I'm sure throughout the day he does. Well, I check, and it does sometimes look like he likes the dry food more so than the wet food. But in the morning, I do feed him the wet food, and he just nibbles at it, and then that's it. So when I come home, I cover it because I know he didn't finish eating it. I put it in the fridge, and then right before I go to sleep, I take it out again. So in the middle of the night, if he gets hungry, I spoil this cat so damn much. Because in order to get him to eat, I hide a couple of treats in there. But I can't be feeding this cat treats all the day. Oh, he loves himself some treats. But I can't be feeding the cat treats all the damn time. He's going to get fat. And treats are not food. They're treats. So I came home yesterday after putting the shopping away, and I'm all irritated and I'm hot as hell. I lie down on the floor next to the bed because that's the only way I can communicate with him. And all I have to do is just look at that face. And he's still scared of me, but he's recognizing who I am. And I'm talking to him, I'm talking to him, I'm talking to him. And he does one of these like he did when we first met. He kind of just stretches out his palm. And I stretch out my hand, and I kind of just touch his palm, and he did not recoil. He didn't back off. He just let me kind of touch it. So I just like, hey, Tom, how you doing? Hey, what's going on? You letting mommy touch you a little bit? So I'm telling him about my day as if this cat understands me. I don't know if cats understand human language. I'm learning, people. I do not know. So I'm going on, and I don't even realize how long I'm talking when all of a sudden he does one of these. And I'm like, oh, damn. I think I've overstayed my welcome. And since he's so small, he can actually stand on all fours under the bed. He doesn't have to hunch. He's that small. So he did one of those, the yawn, and he got up. He stretched a little. Like, woman, you are really, you bending my ear just a little bit too damn much. And he walked over to the other side of the other end of the bed and gave me his back. I was like, oh. Okay, well, hurt my feelings, why don't you? But, okay, I'm a mom. I'm a cat mom. I'm going to learn to just nip it. It's not like he's your therapist. He's a cat. So, okay, fine. So, in order to keep him away from behind the sofa, he is no longer going behind the sofa anymore because I closed the living room to him. I close it when I'm watching television, so he has the rest of the house to play in. I know that's kind of like, well, that's antisocial. Not really, because during the commercial breaks of anything that I'm watching, I go and I check to see how he is. I make sure he knows that I'm here and, don't think that mommy abandoned you or anything. I think I spend too much time with the cat when I'm here. Because even Pop says, you bothering that cat too much. I'm like, well, what do you know about it? So that wasn't the breakthrough. That wasn't it. That was the beginning of it. So I went into the living room and I watched a little television. I watched my Real Housewives of Orange County. And after that, there was nothing to watch. I mean, I had stuff on DVD, but I'm like, yeah, I'll catch up on that during the weekend. And I came in here and I online and stuff because I know that once I'm here, I know that he's going to get, because at night, that's his prowling time. He gets out from under the bed at around 9:30, quarter to 10, 10 o'clock. and he stretches, had a good full day's worth of rest, and he starts to play with his toys outside, and I hear the bell, and you know, the bell with the ball, the ball with the bell inside, so I know he's playing with that, and I try to talk to him, and I try to play with him, but the toys that I chose to play with him, he is so not interested. He would rather play with them on his own, so I just leave him on the floor. And even though I should close the door because the AC is on, I keep it open so I can see him. And since he is black as night, and when when it's dark, because I don't keep the hallway light on, I realize he's not too fond. He likes the night. He likes the night. He's a night prowler. So I keep the door, you know, slightly ajar so I can kind of peek and see what he's doing. Sometimes he'll lie down, he'll chill out, and he doesn't like get nervous anymore. He's home. He realizes, okay, this is where I'm going to be. He lies down outside of the bedroom door, so I can see him. He peeks his head in, and I say, "Hey, babe, how you doing?" And every so often, I will creep on the floor, and I'll try to put myself even lower than he is. So we're almost at eye level, and I'll talk to him. I'm like, "Hey, how you doing? You gonna let me touch you a little bit?" Sometimes he does let me touch him. Sometimes he sees me reaching, and he's like, "Back up," and I'm like, "Okay, hey, I'm just, you know, I'm just talking to you." But yesterday, I outstretched my hand when it was in the hallway, and he sniffed. He sniffed for a good 15 seconds. And I didn't move my fingers. I didn't do anything. I was just so elated. He's sniffing, he's sniffing, he's sniffing. And he's like, "Yeah, okay, I know who you are." I'm like, "Damn straight, you know who I am." And he walked away, and he went to go play with his toys. And there's a corn husk of a ball that was at the end of the Frolicat that I bought for him. It's two magnetic spheres. It's a ball, but it's half a sphere, and one is magnetic, and the other half is magnetic, and you put them up against a table. You put the top on the top part of the table and the bottom, and then they connect. And on the bottom is the string where he can play with it, and it's that ball with the corn husk. He tore that ish apart. He's like, "I really don't need this thing swinging in my face. I just want the ball." He tore it out of the magnetic sphere. I don't know how strong this cat is, but he literally just tore it up. He said, "I want the ball. I don't need it swinging because you know, that's all fun and games and everything, but I want the ball to play on my own." So that's his favorite thing. He plays with that. It doesn't have a bell or anything, but he loves that little ball to death. And then yesterday I introduced him to this other ball that I bought for him. It's a big ball. It's a yellow and red ball, and it's got a bell inside. At first, he'd seen it, but he was so not interested in it. Well, yesterday, I don't know, he reintroduced himself to it, and all I kept hearing was cling, 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 cling. I was like, "Oh, he is having fun with that, having a good old time." So, we chatted, and then he's like, "I don't want to talk to you anymore. I want to play." I said, "Okay, no problem." Came back to doing my Facebooking and emailing and whatever I had to do. And I went to sleep at about 5 after 12. 5 after 12. I said, "Good night, Tom," because I know nighttime is his time. I'm out. I've learned to actually fall asleep. I listen to him for a little bit. I know where he is. It's like, okay. I know he's not in any danger. There's nothing. Okay, I know where he is. Okay, so good night, Tom. Went to sleep. At 3:01, because I looked at the clock, he pounced on the bed at my feet. I didn't scream. I kind of half sat up on my elbows. I'm like, "Hey, Tom, how you doing? Hey, sweetie." And I really thought, because he was sitting there, wasn't looking at me directly. He was kind of like giving me his profile, kind of like assessing the situation from on top of the bed. And he's like, oh, okay, this is what it looks like from up here. Oh, all right. And I wanted to reach out and touch him, and as soon as I reached, he jumped off. So I said, but he jumped on the bed. This is the first time he's ever done that. No, this is the second time he did that, because the first time he jumped right next to my face. That was at 3:01. I was like, well, we're making strides. He's beginning to trust me. This is good. 5:10, he did it again. This time he's like walking on the bed. He's walking from one side of me, kind of crosses over my leg, over my other leg, and crosses on the other side of the bed. He doesn't seem to like this side of the bed, this side of the bed. He doesn't like this side. He likes this side of the bed. So he walked back, and I was like, hey, buddy. And I tried not to move too much, and he kind of stopped. And I'm like, hey, sweetie. I didn't reach out to him this time. And he's like where my thighs are. I mean, I'm covered, obviously, but he's like in between my thighs. I know that sounds kind of nasty, but it's a cat. He's in between my thighs, and he's looking at me. And I'm like, hey, sweetie, how you doing? Like, I don't know what you're going to do. You may want to meow. You may want to come and lick my face. I don't. He looked at me, and then he just kept on going, and he jumped off. I was like, okay, we're making strides here. He's realizing slowly but surely, I can't get rid of this bitch. That's what I'm interpreting. It's like, okay, you know, I'm stuck with her for life. Even at night, even in the morning. I don't know whether he was trying to tell me that he was hungry or not, because the food was there. And he, of course, did not touch the wet food. He ate some of the dry food. Loves the dry food, not fond of the wet food. I don't know why, but the very first time, like when I brought him home, I fed him the wet food. He gobbled it up like nobody's problem. I was like, okay, so I made a good purchase. And it was a variety pack with, you know, chicken and liver and turkey and beef and tuna. He ain't fun. He's not a seafood eater. Just like mom. He is not a seafood eater, because there were like 2 packets of like ocean seafood, whatever. Salmon and tuna and all of that, and he didn't. I mean, he'll nibble at the other stuff. He did not even come close. He was like, what the hell is this? What is this that you feeding me? Because I am not liking this at all. I was like, whoa. Okay, I know what not to feed you now. So he's a carnivore for sure. He wants his beef, he wants his chicken, he wants his liver, he wants his turkey. That's what he wants. Anything of the seafood variety, Mom, you done wrong when you give it seafood. That's what he was trying to tell me. So I'm like, okay, hey. I'm living and learning. I am learning the process. So that was the big step, because twice in one night, or early morning, I should say, he jumped on the bed. He's still not meowing. I only heard him meow once, and that was at the vet. The vet visit, by the way, can I just say, was a huge success. Huge. First of all, his appointment was at 2:45, and I started to get nervous at around 12, because I said, I'm going to have to chase this cat. He's not going to stay still for nothing. Can I tell you, at about 1:45, he has a nice little spot at the bottom of the stairs, and he was lying there all day. And early on, I'm trying to tell him, you know, you and we're gonna have a car ride, and I have to take you somewhere, and you know, like he can understand VET. I don't understand. So finally, when it was that time, like I had to get him into the cat carrier, I sat on the stairs, and he's looking at me, and he's not budging. And I go down another stair, and I go down another stair, until I'm finally at the bottom stairs. And I have my legs outstretched, and he's looking at me this way, and I'm sitting this way. So we are parallel to each other. And I'm just talking to him. And I'm like, hey, buddy, you know, I'm about to take a hold of you, and I hope you don't scurry away. Please don't make this difficult for me. You know, this is mommy's first time, and it's going to be your recheck, and I'm sure everything's going to be, you know, clean bill of health, which it was. But he just looked at me like, just take me already. Just hurry up and take me. And I petted him, and I petted him, and I stroked him, and I stroked him, and then I reached for him. He went limp. Like, okay, I'm not even going to fight you. What? The cat carrier door was open though, the top part. It's a two-door carrier. Hey, I've read up on these things. It's best to have a two-door carrier so your cat, if it's giving you difficulty putting it in this way, just put it in this way. It's a lot easier, and it is. And I started to place him in, and that's when he started to fidget. But I had a good hold on him. I wasn't squeezing him or hurting him, but I had a firm grip. And he is holding the door, like his leg is holding the door like, I am not going in there. You cannot make me go in there. And I said, come on, baby, please, 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 please don't do this. Please don't make this hard for mommy. So I had to kind of hold him and retract his claws from the door, and finally I got him in. I threw in some treats for him. Good boy, good boy. And apparently he got so nervous on the car ride, he took a pee. He didn't do number 2, he did number 1. And that's okay. He had I had like a mat in there for him, so it pretty much soaked it up, which I have to wash now. But I told the vet who took care of it, was really a vet's assistant who saw him, and she even cleaned out the cat carrier for me, and I did a better job when I got home. But she took like a baby wipes, and she held him nicely, and she cleaned him up, and he had a clean bill of health. He's got no ear mites. He's got no fleas. He's 6 pounds, 4 ounces. He is a little fella. Okay, he is a little guy. A little fella. And the vet assistant had another assistant help her hold him down because they had to give him a shot. They had to give him a vaccination shot, and they also had to force feed him something for worms, a pill. So he had to swallow that, chew it up and swallow it. He was not fond because he was bubbling at the mouth a little bit, and I was like, what is that? What's going on with him? She goes, it's because he doesn't like it. So she wiped off his mouth and everything was cool. And he's looking at me like, Mommy, why are you doing this? Why are you making me go through this? I'm like, oh, baby. Oh, my baby. But they both said that this is like the best cat visit we've ever had. He meowed. That was the first time I heard him meow. When I was waiting in the waiting room, I was surrounded by dogs. Nothing but dogs. You had your small dogs, your big dogs, your fat dogs, your small dogs, skinny dogs. And all of a sudden I heard meow, meow. And he did it like 3 or 4 times. And I'm looking around like, okay, that's got to be some other cat because I know my cat don't meow. And I looked down and I actually saw him do it. And I'm like, my baby meow. And I wanted to stand up in the middle of that area, that waiting area, and just shout it from the rooftops and said, my baby just meowed. My baby just meowed. I can't believe it. My baby just meowed. So when we finally brought him into, when I finally brought him into the examining room, I told the vet, I was all happy. I'm like, that's the first time I heard him meow. I thought he was a mute cat, and all of a sudden he meowed. So she was laughing at me. I know she was laughing at me, honey. So she gave him a clean bill of health, no fleas. He's got another appointment coming up in September, but I think after the September visit, he doesn't have to, I don't have to worry about him until next year. I was thrilled to pieces to hear. And it's a little, it's not a loud meow. It's not loud at all. It's meow, meow. I was like, is that you, Tom? I looked down, and sure enough, I guess he was not pleased at being at the vet. Plus, he was surrounded by dogs who were barking and whimpering, and, you know, that's stress. And he had already peed, and, you know, that's stress. So, I was very, very, Very proud of my baby. And it took no more than maybe half an hour, in and out, and off back home we went. And of course Saturday was one of the hottest days. I came home, I was drenched, and my car is AC, but from the car to the door, taking the carrier and him up the stairs. Plus upstairs, you know, heat rises. So my floor was a furnace. I put the AC on in the living room. I put the AC on in the bedroom. Don't nobody talk to me. Con Ed will be paid. Gladly, it will be paid. So that was that. We had the rest of the afternoon to just max. And so that was that, people. That was that. It was a good day on Saturday. He didn't give me a hard time. When I opened up that cat carrier, he was mad at me. You could just tell. Like, I am not going to talk to you for the rest of today. I was like, hey, if I were you, I wouldn't talk to me either, okay? Because you got a shot, you got a pill. I know, life is tough. Life is tough for a cat. So that's his new spot. Before, he never used to sleep under my bed while I was sleeping on the bed. That's another improvement. He sleeps under the bed while I'm on the bed. He never used to do that before. Ever since Saturday, because this is where the AC is. And I have a fan in the hallway for him through the kitchen. It's because the kitchen doesn't have a door. So I put the fan on a table and it faces downward because the poor thing is on the floor. So it faces him. So while he's playing in the hallway, he can still feel the fan. Oh, no. No. It is too hot in the hallway now. So he knows where the AC is. And he knows he's not going to feel the AC in the living room because we're not doing that anymore. So the door stays closed all the time from the living room. And that's just that with that. That's the only way I could keep him from under the sofa. I have tried everything. I have tried blocking. I told you all about it. It was short of cementing both sides of the sofa in order for him to not get under there. He still found a way. So I said, okay, that's the only way that he's not going to get under the sofa is I just close the living room door. Keep it closed all the time. He's free to roam through the kitchen. He's free to roam the hallway in my bedroom. He's got the bathroom. He's got the stairs. He's got the windowsill that he likes to hop on every now and then. He's got the rest of the house. That's not a problem. It's the living room that's the problem. Now, I don't know if we'll ever get to change that, but it is what it is. So there you have it. I have rambled on so long. It's almost 30 minutes. But I know some of you like to hear Tomcat stories, and this was Tomcat's story for the weekend, 4th of July. I hope everybody had a good one. And hit me up and let me know what you think about this. Hit me up and let me know what you think about my Tomcat story. And, you know, most of the time I do my updates on my Facebook page. So whoever doesn't have me on Facebook, hit me up, PM me if you want my page. I will gladly give it to you. There are some of you who are thankfully already following. So you know the updates that I print. And, of course, I did not print what I just told you. So I'm going to do that later on. While this is uploading, I'm going to write that up. And then because everybody is interested on my Facebook page as well. So there you have it, people. I love you. I love my YouTube family. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of Tom. And I will talk to you tomorrow, hopefully. Okay? I love you all. Bye now.